has blocked like almost everybody.
That's a perfect way to start it. We'll talk about that later. Like perfect timing. Mwah,
That's
chef's
fucking
kiss.
great. Anyway,
I told you I was doing this. I even said the words, we're gonna go live here. And I was like,
I don't
no
care.
worries.
Oh, what's going on, guys? It is Hector. I said what I said, and finally, like we promised, the one and only Sam, the girl who talks sports, Cardona.
Hello.
So Sam, before we get too crazy into it, I know we've hopped on yours before, but definitely tell everybody, where to find you and what you're all about.
Yeah, so I am the girl who talks sports. I have a podcast, which is available on all podcasting platforms. I put out new episodes every single week, especially with football season here. We are about to kick off, so I'll make this quick. I'm also on YouTube at The Girl Who Talks Sports. Please make sure to subscribe because you can check out all of my podcast live recordings on there. And you can follow me on Twitter at TGWTS Podcast and on Instagram and TikTok at The Girl Who Talks Sports.
Love it. And for everybody who's tuning in and gonna tune in, Sam is like 3 minutes ahead of us. So this is going to be extremely interesting. She's gonna react. We're gonna react to her reactions. It's gonna be good.
Giants fan.
Yes. There's no way this goes wrong.
This is gonna be great. This is gonna be so great.
That's how we start off pretty much every episode. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, I've never like live stream reacted to a game before, so this is my first time doing that. So
nice.
What was it last week? Last week we also did it, Zach, with was it just us or?
Yeah, it was just us.
Was it just us?
Yeah.
And we got a couple. We've been in talks with a few people to try to do this and try to, because we go live on our Thursdays, so it's around 8:00, so it's only fitting. Why not during the football season?
Right.
Bring people on during certain weeks with like their favorite teams, and just get live reactions to what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean,
we started off with an incompletion, and he just completed the ball, and not a first down though.
How did you not react to that almost interception? That was well played by you. I did not know that was.
I saw it hit the ground, and I knew it wasn't going to be an interception.
She's like, I got
was close.
Like 3.5 seconds ahead. I gotta like slow react.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm trying to like compose myself. I don't want like to like give it away.
Yeah, Sam for her first time live reacting is going to emphasize not reacting.
A bunch of guys jump on, and we see a bunch of comments today.
Oh yeah, my game that I'll be
like Drunken Monkey and Quentin A, Just Chaz, James from Boulder. A bunch of guys said they'll definitely hop on and give some feedback.
And
if not, fuck it, we'll just talk amongst ourselves and watch football.
That's totally fine too. Taylor Heineke on the ground, sacked. Loving that.
How do you think Taylor Heineke's gonna?
Okay, you're not too far ahead of us.
With Fitzpatrick out, and he's gonna be out for a chunk of the season. Obviously, Heineke's gonna take over. How do you think he's gonna do?
I was saying before on the Giant show that I was just on right before this that this game is going to be super telling for the QB situation in Washington. If Taylor Heineke plays to the level that everyone's expecting him to be playing at, and the way he played in the playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think he's going to really capitalize on this. I really feel like this is an opportunity. You never want to see somebody go down and with an injury, especially someone like Ryan Fitzpatrick, which everybody loves, but this is an opportunity for him. This is a way for him to show I am a starting quarterback and I'm going to make it here and remain in this spot. So I think he's going to play his heart out. I don't know, but he just had a horrible first drive. So
on the Fitzmagic side, like the dude's like 99 years old. He was bound to pop a hip.
Undrafted in 1992. No, but so what do you think of the rumors? Not rumors, but I guess I've heard talk and potential Cam Newton reuniting with Riverboat Ron and adding some quarterback depth down there in Washington. What do you think about those?
I don't think it's gonna happen. I
Really?
don't. I think that first of all, I think there was a time when Cam Newton and Kyle Allen were on the market at the same time when Ron Rivera went to Washington, and he picked Kyle Allen. Like, he did not pick. What's up, Chaz? He did not pick Cam Newton. So I think that is very telling. And that I just don't think he fits in with this offense. I don't think that it works here. So
I think Cam Newton is done. That's it. Career is sliced and diced. It's over.
Yeah,
I think he's got a little bit left in him, but I don't know how much.
His ego's too big. He wants to still remain a starter, and yeah, he might be able to start somewhere at some point, but you're not a starter. You're not like the go-to guy for one of the 32 teams anymore.
Right. I tried to give him some slack after he got cut by the Patriots and was like, okay, it's clearly not a system for him. Did the whole vaccination thing come into play? I don't know. And then this interview that he had, that it's his aura that is distracting in the locker room, and Mac Jones didn't teach him. He didn't teach him the playbook, but he's never been in a offense where he's had to check the Mike linebacker and all of this shit. I'm like, bro, what you're saying right now makes no fuck. You've been in an NFL offense for how long? You've never had to read a defense? Get out of here. Get out of here with that. So that kind of just like killed any credibility he had to me to go off and talk it out of pocket like that.
That's a nice 5-yard run for Barkley, but damn, he got hit hard.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I need Barkley.
Next play.
Oh, are you?
Which made me very happy because I love Kyle Rudolph.
Big Notre Dame fan.
Well, yeah, Ingram is out. Ingram is out for a second straight game.
Uh-oh. Something happened.
Something good happened. Kenny Galladay happened.
So Daniel Jones does not throw an interception here, I'm assuming.
So I'm guessing Kenny Galladay is giving me points in my fantasy league. That's all I care.
Yes, you would say yes.
See, I just need Saquon to not shit the bed on me again. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. So here's my prediction. This is going to Kenny Galladay. Because we're watching that right now.
That's a really good prediction that you got there, buddy.
Oh, should have put money on it. There it goes for 17. Look at that.
You'll see it in like a minute or two, but nothing stresses me out more than Daniel Jones running. I love to see it, but it also stresses me out because Daniel Jones is a green bean, and I'm afraid that someone's just gonna smack him way too hard. And he also has fumbleitis. So.
He's a good runner, but for some reason,
until he's in the open field,
you breathe in his direction, he'll fumble.
Yeah, he carries the ball like a loaf of bread. He needs.
I love that saying.
Yeah, he does. He needs to learn that. We were just talking about like many years ago when Tiki Barber was on the Giants. He had fumbleitis as well, and he learned high and tight. And that's what you need to do, high and tight. Well, and once you figure that out, you could turn into a mobile quarterback.
The high and tight is all handy dandy, but last game I saw a slow motion play of Daniel Jones trying to high tuck the ball and still managed to fumble.
So that's my question. Is Daniel Jones the illegitimate son of Eli Manning?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. I have talked about this in my life that there's no way that Daniel Jones is not Eli Manning's son.
No. None whatsoever.
And I'll tell you why. Because my boyfriend does not watch football. He's not a football fan. He knows who Eli Manning is. I showed him a picture of Daniel Jones, and he goes, "That's young Eli Manning." And I said, "No, it's not." And he said, "Yes, it is." He's like, "That's early 2000s Eli Manning." And I said, "No, it's Daniel Jones." And he was like, "Wow, that could be his son." And I said, "Yeah." So that's coming from someone removed from football.
Sure.
So that just goes to show.
Yeah, the Manning has a lab where they produce
Mannings.
Manning lab. Oh, that's
honestly. So but no, it's just, for me, it's not even just like his normal look. It's the way he looks when he fucks up. And he like looks at the camera inadvertently with that.
With the face.
It's just that look that he's never been on a football field before. And I'm like, come on, man.
Like, no, not me.
There he goes again. He's running. Oh, first down and a little bit more.
So it's just Chaz says Kenny Galladay is going to die on the Giants. How do we feel about that?
I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna die here. Maybe he moves at some
Giants
point,
are where
but
receivers go to die.
I'm if that's the case, like I don't think so. I think that we
If you're
have,
saying they pay too much for him, okay, but
we needed it though.
to come to die on the Giants, I mean, the Giants are known to always like draft really great receivers.
Yeah, I think that when we like got Kenny Galladay in free agency, I was not only very surprised, but also I was just like, wow, we actually did something.
Right.
And it was just like really just great. And he's a great receiver. He started rusty last week, but he's got great hands and they're reliable and you can connect with him and get the ball to him and he'll be there. So I'm happy with him right now. I'm happy
That's
to see the
fair.
rest of the season.
That's fair. I like Kenny Galladay. I think he'll be fine. But real quick, before I address the fact that Daniel Jones should never lower his shoulder against a DB ever again, it's just Chaz. This is like a bannable comment. How dare you say that
I mean, he's not wrong.
is an offspring between Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter? That is bannable, sir.
He's not
It's
wrong.
almost as bannable as Jimmy Pibbles just showing up.
Jimmy Pibbs. Good old Jimmy Pibbs.
Hello,
What
James.
it do?
He is my favorite Boston fan.
He's
You
not
know
even a
why it
Boston
isn't?
fan. He's a Browns fan.
Well, no,
Yeah, but he lives in Boston, so it counts.
and he likes the Red Sox. So
James was on my podcast. We bonded over our love for Baker Mayfield. So
I know. You had him on after us, and he seems to think that was the better episode, and I don't know about that.
I will not comment. I loved both of the episodes very, very much. So
Jimmy Pibbs. James from Boulder. For those that don't know, my dog's over here snoring. I can hear her. And that's Remy. Zach knows. Remy snores.
Oh, she's my girl, Remy.
oh my
Yeah.
god, James, tell your mom thank you so much for loving my content. That is so sweet. It makes me
Zach,
like,
there you go.
oh,
Oh, Remy girl.
hi.
That's my girl. That's my little girl, Remy.
What a
She's
cute,
in there, snug as a bug.
snug as a bug. She's a cutie. What
I
kind of
actually
dog
came
is she?
back here and I was like setting up, and the door was open and like the light was off, and I'm like doing everything, and I sat down and I looked over and I'm like, oh, hey Ryan, you're in here.
Oh my god, we're in the red. Oh my god, we're in the red zone. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
Daniel
predicted
Jones just
touchdown.
ran in a touchdown.
Oh my god.
All right, so like I'm gonna play behind. I just saw Barkley got tackled.
Chaz,
Oh, my
Chaz, I
fucking
gotta
wife
reach out to you and do a podcast with Chaz.
Anyway, and Chaz, yes, your episode will be the best of the episodes that you have been on, but all episodes where we have special guests are the best. And Sam, James is trying to put you in the middle here. So, do you care to
I
respond?
didn't say that. Nobody.
You know what? I think
That is hearsay. I've
I think
never
Jim-
said that.
I think Jimmy Pibbles is mad that Sam brought breaking down the tape on her show before him.
Yeah.
So we had already put our imprint on the girl who talked sports, and Jimmy Pibbles was just sloppy.
He's in.
Sloppy
They're
seconds.
showing the replay. But
Man.
so I don't know why, but it makes me really angry that we consider Daniel Jones a mobile quarterback. And should we be considering Daniel Jones a mobile quarterback? Is that something we should
100%.
be doing?
I mean, why not?
100%. He just fumbles a lot, but
He runs.
look
Doesn't
at the way he moves.
Yeah, I mean that was a designed quarterback draw, but like
87-yard run.
If it wasn't
87
for
yards.
like what was it, the 20 yards?
87 yards exactly.
I was gonna say if it wasn't for like the 13-yard line, that unlucky
Yeah.
number, he would have had like 100-yard run for TD.
James is out here determined to get banned because he's not saying New York bridges are better than Boston bridges. Jimbo.
What?
Don't worry, Jimmy Pibbs. I promised you that I won't let Zach ban you from breaking down the tape. This is
I
not
control this. I am the man behind the curtains. I have the
this
power.
is not sports me.
Stop.
I'm googling
Stop.
right now to see if Daniel Jones ever ran track.
If he did, I'm gonna be really
You're gonna
mad.
find out that he was like a hurdler.
I'm gonna be. If that's the case too, I'm gonna be super mad.
It
Is he
doesn't
just
look like
gifted?
it. I don't think he
He's-
did. But he clocked him at 21 miles an hour.
He did.
was
And
pretty
Chaz,
He's gifted. He is a gifted boy.
I think he's gifted, but not in the way that everybody else is, I'm sure, saying that he's gifted. I think he's special.
I like him. I do. I don't want him to be bad. I
Oh,
want him to be
naturally.
good. Yeah, but people are like Daniel Jones haters, like they want him gone and like want us to draft somebody new. Like I don't want that. I think that he could be really good on this team.
Well, at
I
least we
think Jason Garrett is part of the problem. I think Jason Garrett calls like the dumbest play calls in the world. But
if Daniel Jones ends up being Eli Manning 2.0, then yeah, he might have a 500 record by the end of his career. But he's gonna give us 2 Super Bowls. I'll take it.
when they picked Daniel Jones 6th overall, I have a video of me record like actual video of me going, "This is a good pick."
Did you
Like-
say it just like that?
I did. I went, "Oh, that's a good pick." That's exactly how I said it. I was like very excited.
See,
don't know.
I don't know how I feel about Daniel Jones. I hate turnovers. I would prefer a mediocre quarterback that does show no potential of flashes of greatness whatsoever. I'd rather a mediocre quarterback than I would somebody who turns the ball over ever.
See, that's the
I
thing
mean-
though. Like he doesn't throw many interceptions. His thing is he fumbles. If you can get
That's
him
still
to
a
stop
turnover.
fumbling, no, 100%. But if you can get him to stop fumbling, then I mean
Yeah,
he's going to be a
definitely.
really good quarterback. He's not turning the ball over any other way.
That is fair. That is fair that he doesn't throw a lot of
Stop hating on the
interceptions.
Jets.
But I just don't fuck with turnovers, man. I hate turnovers.
I mean, they're not like I would rather, not having that. That would be great.
You mean you don't want you want a little turnover in your game?
Surprisingly, a turnover as a dessert, fantastic. Turnover in football, not so much.
Fair enough.
Oof. This defense is hitting hard today,
Oh
which
yeah,
is good because they did not do that last week. So
no.
they're definitely they're making sure that they get these players down.
I'm not gonna lie. I drafted the Giants defense in 1 or 2 of my leagues, like last. but I
Really?
still- they've got a decent secondary. For me, it was about turnovers and pressure. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I like it. I think I like their front defensive four are a very scary front defensive four. They have one of the best corners in the league in Bradbury, where you can throw in just man coverage and just focus on the rest of the field.
Yeah. No, that we do. I was never nervous about our secondary, and last week it did make me a little bit nervous. But
Blake Martinez is a tackle machine.
I also
Yeah.
love Blake Martinez. I have his jersey. My brother got me his jersey for Christmas because I'm just in love with him, and he's just such a good linebacker, and I just love watching him play. But he did not have a great game last week either. So hopefully he steps it up in this game. Lots of Heineke pressure. My God.
yeah, man. Yeah, you were saying before how Heineke, is going to try. Obviously, he's going to try and play his heart out, but I don't know if this is the game to start that campaign.
I know.
It does not look great for him right now.
Well, he wasn't really expecting to start either. Like it's just
Fair enough.
He wasn't expecting to start in that playoff game, but he balled out.
Yeah, but there's
yeah,
something about playoff games and backup quarterbacks. I mean, look at Nick Foles.
he
Foles
was
lost his
expecting that was
mind.
his only game time that he was ever going to get. He was like, "This is a one in time." He already sold his soul to the devil to have one good game.
Yeah.
So what do you think about, speaking of the whole Taylor Heineke, Ryan Fitzpatrick is opting not to get surgery and rehab it himself. Do we think that that's smart for a man who uses a walker, or
That That is the most Ryan Fitzpatrick thing I've ever heard, to be
Also
honest
fair.
with you. But I mean, he knows, like, at this point, like, is surgery worth it? Like, he is this far in his NFL career. Like, maybe he doesn't want to get it. Maybe it's gonna be like, well, if I can't rehab it myself, then this is the end of the line and it's time to retire. If he was much
Seriously,
younger,
I didn't see him going anymore. Maybe another year after this year, like maybe if he and his 47 kids were like, yeah, Dad, go for another one. But
He said,
Yeah, why
Dad,
not?
go for it. He doesn't have more kids than Phillip Rivers, so to his credit.
Phillip Rivers is like making his own football team that will then be like an
Rich
extra team in the
Magic.
NFL.
has probably more daughters and children than he does teams in the NFL.
That's
I'm
also
going to
fair.
look it up.
So Josh Jacobs and how he doesn't look right, and how Kenyon Drake is going to take that job. So he meant to say doesn't, not does look right.
You know what?
I'm not gonna lie, I've never been a Josh Jacobs like truther. I think he's good, but I've never been that guy who's like, yeah, Josh Jacobs is the guy.
I like to think that the combination of Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake is going to be really, really good for the Raiders. Like, not one or the other, but both of them.
Josh Jacobs has shown to be a possibly top 10 back in the league, top 7 back in the league. Like he stays on the field. He doesn't get hurt very much. He's an undercover 1,000-yard rusher. He's a above average receiving back. And then you put Kenyon Drake to mop up any time that he's not going to be on the field. Kenyon Drake's shown to be a very formidable, reliable back that doesn't get hurt either.
That's true.
See, I look at Josh Jacobs as more of my bruiser, and Kenyon Drake, like, you know, kind of like Sam was saying, like that 1-2 punch. Like, if I need to shove the ball down your throat and make you pay for it, all right, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Josh Jacobs. But if I want, you know, something with a little bit more speed and finesse to it, an outside zone or a stretch play, then I'm going to go Kenyon Drake in that. You know what I mean? So that's what makes me kind of hesitant to call Jacobs like a top 10 simply because I view him in such a narrow category, but that's just me.
No, I would agree
There's
with
hopping
that.
on Sean. He says that the Raiders will have a good season if they stay healthy. I can agree with that talent-wise, and honestly, I'll disagree with that coaching-wise. Although they won that game, they almost put themselves, like, I don't know if, Sam, you saw the end of the game. Hector and I have talked about it. Did you see Gruden run his field goal unit out with 5 seconds left or whatever it was on the play clock? Like, he looked like he never coached an NFL game in that moment. And it baffled me how that sequence of events even occurred. I mean, obviously, in the end, they won, you know, but why he didn't run his field goal unit out on the field immediately is just something that I'll never comprehend.
See, he had a lapse in judgment because you know John Gruden. His only thought process that only goes through his mind is the next quarterback. Who was going to be my next quarterback? So while he was in that game trying to win, he was like, yeah, Carr's all right, but who's going to be my next quarterback?
Yeah, and Mariota's hurt from what I understand now.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Sam, I just saw the play where Jones got pressured, almost sacked, and had to dump it off to Barkley for an incomplete pass. I thought that was going to go terribly.
Hey, Gettleman, this guy.
Uh-oh. Das ist nicht gut.
Big
man
on
down.
The floor. I don't know who
it
is.
He's got his hand over his face.
Yeah, I know. He looks like he's really in a lot of pain. I'm at an injury commercial right now, so
we just hit it, just as you said that. At least I just hit it.
I think John Gruden, if the Raiders don't do well for the rest of the season, John Gruden is definitely going to be on the hot seat.
Gruden, as he should be.
Yeah.
And he'll take all that $100 million over those 10 years and apparently take him to Hooters as Jimmy Pibb.
Jimmy Pibbles will be there waiting for John Gruden.
I don't know what I was just going to say Derek Carr came out here with like a new haircut and all of a sudden he's like this stellar quarterback. He
still looks like the kid from Toy Story. Don't forget, Carr was hurt the other year. Before he got hurt, he was doing good. First game, they'll get better. I think the Raiders, talent-wise, are a good team. And Gruden does have the pedigree to coach, and he's obviously won a Super Bowl, been to Super Bowls. He knows how to do his job, but watching that sequence of events last night does not instill me with confidence that I'm like, John Gruden's the guy.
Yeah.
That did not instill confidence.
Even with the win, like, you got a Ravens team with a just dismantled backfield, and you still almost lost.
That the Ravens should have won that game when they got the ball back after that touchdown that wasn't a touchdown. Lamar should have made it down the field, and they should have won. That was just the bottom line, and they didn't. And I think that's going to be an issue for the Ravens and the AFC North. And James will be happy to hear this, that I think the Browns are taking the AFC North mostly because of how many injuries are on the Ravens. So
don't get Jimmy Pibble all excited.
All right, but I'm going to back that up. I'll take the Browns in the AFC North. And since we're kind of talking about them, I love Lamar Jackson as a person. I think he's a fantastic human, and I wish him all of the success in the world. But realistically speaking, I don't believe he will ever be successful in the NFL. And by success, I mean like the rings. I just... Sadly, I don't, and I wish he would be. I really do like him, but it's things like last night. Oh God, they brought out the stretcher.
Yeah, lower leg injury.
We already just went back to another commercial because they still haven't gotten him on the cart.
Jeez.
I've
got him putting the collar
really
on
big
now.
Man.
But no, I just don't think Lamar Jackson's the guy. I think
say that he's my fantasy quarterback.
I love him. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong.
I honestly think the best of Lamar Jackson we have already seen. That MVP season is the best you're going to see of Lamar Jackson.
I really wish him the best, though. I want him to perform well.
Agreed. K-Sub is our resident Giants fan, so I suppose I'll say this. Let's go Giants. There you go, K-Sub.
Yeah. I got my Giants gear on today. I got my Mickey Mouse shirt on.
There you go. James, does Cleveland have bridges? Is that how we should be judging cities? Not by their sports teams, but by their
what is this bridges thing? What are you guys doing? Why are you guys arguing about bridges? I live on an island. I know bridges, so tell me.
So to be honest, I don't even know where it started. I think me and James were beefing jokingly about, Boston sports and Massachusetts and New England versus New York. And he hates the G-Dub. He hates the George Washington. And he was like, oh, well, that's a shitty bridge. I'm like, what are you fucking talking? Y'all have like one bridge and it blows. How dare you? And he's like, yeah, well, we only have one bridge because we only need one. And that's why it's good. It's Sam, I wish I could tell you that this makes sense. That's just the
it was a pointless argument about bridges
that will never end. God forbid James ever, when we're in like our late 90s, ever passes before me, I will etch into his tombstone that New York bridges are better, just as one last hurrah. So there you go. And Christy has her significant other.
My lover. She's a Cowboys fan.
All right, I'll respect that just because you're Hector's
She's a Cowboys fan. She's a little mad that her Cowboys are 0-1.
That's okay. We're 0-1 too, girl. We're in the same boat at this point.
Sadly, the Eagles are leading your division, and the Dolphins are leading ours. It's a weird year. Like New York and Boston rivalry, we don't know how it started, but we know we hate each other. The Hatfields and McCoys. I don't know who's who, but we do just hate each other for no fucking reason.
Well, I have 4 bridges around me, so just to get off this island.
And they're all better than Boston bridges.
I would think so. Well, one of them is definitely better now because it got renovated, but like another
Which
bridge,
one?
we have the Goethals Bridge, which goes
Okay.
from Staten Island to New Jersey. And then there's another bridge that goes from Staten Island to we have 3 of our bridges go to New Jersey. Only one of them goes into Brooklyn. Saquon's running. Saquon's running. Oh my God.
We appreciate you, Sean.
Okay.
By the way, going back,
Die.
Sean, Go make sure that you on Instagram and everywhere else, Twitter, that you can find her, the girl who talks sports. That's Sam. That's who we have on. So thank you for the follow. We love you. But if you can, please go follow her as well. We greatly appreciate that. I'll never die. God protect my stone. That's how. Okay. So I just got to play his running. Damn, Chase Young, by the way. Chase Young is running with him.
I know, which is
anyone
horrifying.
Chase Young is not a fucking real person. Chase
He's
Young
so scary.
is made in a fucking lab. How the fuck did he just run downfield with Saquon Barkley?
Someone plucked the hair off of Aaron Donald and like.
In the credit of Barkley, he's testing out the ACL, and in the credit of Chase Young, he does run like a 4.4.
Chase Young's not a real human. Have you been harassed?
I think his 40 was like a 4.5 or something like that. Like he runs.
Dog Pop? No, I don't believe we've been harassed lately, but you're, I guess, more than welcome to do whatever you want.
It says 4.9.
4.9?
Yeah.
That Barkley runs like a 4.3. Like, there's no way that's a 4. That's not a 4.9.
Oh,
maybe he got faster.
Pop. That's gonna take out your knees. Johnny Talk Sports. I've been harassed lately. Actually, well, I'm sorry to hear that you've been harassed. That sucks.
Why are we talking about being
the division can go 5-6 and still be number one. Just watch of the year. I'm talking about the Dallas division. Yeah, no. In all honesty, I firmly believe that somebody can go 7-10 in this division and win.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it last year.
Yeah, that's it's the worst division in sports. Sorry.
Ron Rivera looks so scary when it cuts to him on the sideline. Just look at his face; he looks so angry.
Yeah, well, he always does. And yeah, Jim, it was
I'd be angry too if I had a coach a team that didn't have a name.
What happened?
I'd be angry too if I had a coach a team that didn't have a name.
I'm not gonna lie. If there wasn't like copyright problems, I would totally be on board with the Washington football team. It's something that I'm okay with. I don't know. It's grown on me.
There's going to be a time in like 10 or 15 years when people are walking around with like Washington football team merch and everyone's going to be like, what are you wearing? And it's gonna be like, well, there was a time back in my day, Washington didn't have a football team.
My day.
But you know what, though? Isn't that the most like 2019 through 2021 thing that could have happened? Like, there's a government boat out there that's named Bodie McBoatface. Like, the internet is not to be trusted. People in this day and age just do not give a flying rat's ass.
You cannot trust the internet.
No, not like you ever could.
No.
I was just, so my younger sister's 8 years younger than me, and we were talking about, like, she was talking about the internet and bullying and stuff these days, which is a real thing and it needs to be stopped and all of that. But like when we grew up, the internet was like a wild place. Like there was no regulations. There was no, I was telling her like some of the stuff like we grew up watching on the internet. I'm like, bro, you have no idea what that stuff was like in like the early 2000s. It's like that shit was nuts. Yeah. Like I legit, we watched, not we as a generation, not we as us here. Watch like live beheadings on the fucking internet. That was a thing that could have happened. Oh, by the way, speaking of my sister, who is 8 years younger than me, this is the very one. But yes, that was what we were talking about was how the internet at that time was just a wild fucking place that had no control.
I turned around and Remy scared the shit out of me. Like she's like on her belly, like all crawled up and shit, and her eyes were rolled back, and I thought she was taken over by the Exorcist or some shit.
She just sleeping. She fine.
Oh yeah, no, for real, like hardcore.
Oh my god.
The exorcism of Remy Dog.
What breed is she? Is she a mix?
She is a Boston Terrier Pomeranian. That is my fiance Christy's dog. She's six, almost 7 now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Luna Jones.
Luna's somewhere out there. Luna's a big old hefty pit bull, French bulldog mix, and she's out there somewhere. I'm surprised she's not in here.
So although he got sacked, I thought Jones almost got out of that.
Almost doesn't cut it.
So by the looks of it, it looks like Daniel Jones is going to run for 100 yards and not fumble the ball.
Dog Pop, Oh, whoops, wrong comment. Sorry. Boston sucks. But Dog Pop, I disagree with this. I think Washington's looking pretty decent. They're getting after New York. You know, it's a 7-0 game. Their offense could do way better, but their defense is definitely really in this game.
The defense is going to do what they're doing, but that's what it is, the offense. You don't know how Heineke is going to move the ball down the field.
Guys, did anyone say anything about Boston? Because James is like losing his shit right now.
James, buddy, are you okay?
Jimmy Pibbs, go get another. What was it? One of those seltzer.
Yeah, it was whiskey and seltzers.
Whiskey and seltzers.
Sorry. What?
We had James on for a lot of hours, and he was drinking whiskey and like Trulies and White Claws, like mixed.
And he had like a cowboy hat on, and he was known as. That's why I call him Jimmy Pibbs. That's Jimmy.
He was
Pibbs.
not feeling it.
That's not James. That's Jimmy Pibbs.
I understand now. I'm getting it. I understand why James is losing his fucking mind.
Boston,
well, the dog came with the fiance, man. It didn't come with Hector.
Oh my goodness.
I never. Yo, you really. I'll go back and reshare this. I'll send this link to you, Sam, because it's obviously all recorded. He didn't puke on the live. But you can tell he was doing rough.
Oh, you should have seen.
I was going to say, that is some internet content right there.
Trust me, it would have been everywhere. Anytime James acted up, I would put that shit out.
He was taking these huge gulps with his cowboy hat on and his big old shades. And every time he took a sip, he's like,
he was not doing good.
That didn't go down well.
He was not doing great. And Pete, to your comment, it is a complete fucking crime. James himself is a crime to humanity, and what he was drinking that night was an absolute fucking felony.
Oh my god.
It was amusing.
Just the idea of brown liquor getting mixed with anything is so scary. I don't drink brown liquor. I only drink clear liquor. So yeah, no. Unless it is Malibu Black, then that is brown.
That just sounds awful.
It is it's like higher like alcohol level Malibu, and I love Malibu is my favorite like liquor.
Fair enough.
I love the beach, and apparently I love the taste of sunscreen, which everyone always tells me. They're like, Malibu tastes like sunscreen. I'm like, okay, then it tastes delicious. I don't know what to tell you.
Let me go grab a bottle.
For my 21st birthday, I got 4 bottles of Malibu that lasted me my entire senior year of college. Or my first
4
semester.
bottles last you that long?
My first semester.
You turned 21 your senior year? Wait, so many questions. What?
No, I turned 21 going into my senior year of college. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. Well, you graduate college around 22.
Some of my roommates turned 21 in junior year because they're earlier on in the year. So like the second semester of junior year, they were 21. But I'm a summer birthday, so I didn't turn 21 until senior year.
Gotcha. See, I took a year off, so and I'm a spring baby, so I turned 21 in my sophomore year. So.
Oh well. Yeah, very different than what I experienced in my college career.
I would have turned 22 second semester senior year.
Where does 22 come from there, Chief? 21's the drinking age.
I think we're just sharing ages now.
I'm talking about graduating college. I would have been my senior, like my second semester of senior year, I would have been 22.
Okay, so second semester junior year, you would have been 21. I got it.
Now that we all are situated on our ages.
Right. Went to college early and still did a 5th year because I'm a degenerate.
Yeah.
You are a degenerate.
I'm old, but I'm not 30. I'm old, but I'm not 30.
Not yet. But I can see Jimmy Pibbs being like an overachiever in high school and being like in all the AP classes and like graduating a year early. I could see that. I could see that happening. And then becoming a burnout like the rest of us. I can see it. And I mean that in like a loving way, Jimbo. But
Jimbo. Washington is making their way down the field. So
yeah, I just caught Heineke to Brown at the 40.
That was the Washington football team's first down.
Giants defense has been after Heineke though.
They have been, and we are almost done with the first quarter already.
Right? Yo, Hector, Christy's coming right for your neck, bro.
Oh, she just exposed you, Hector.
You cut it out.
Let's see. Went to Rutgers. Fucked up my first year. Mom's a mess.
Her birthday's coming up too. She's coming up on that, Chris. That's age.
Don't worry, Chaz. None of us. Well, I can't speak for Sam. I didn't go to Rutgers. I went to some tiny ass little college and fucked up and never graduated. But now I make more money than if I would have, so it's all good.
I did not go to Rutgers. I went to a state university of New York.
Woo!
SUNY.
I ended up going to college actually by Zach's house. I went to East Stroudsburg University.
That's true. I live right down the road. Sean, at Breaking Down the Tape for us. And then, Sam, it's the girl who talks sports, right?
Yes, my Instagram. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that's what I thought. Because I know on Twitter it's like TG, the girl, WTS.
Yes. Everybody has a really hard time with that, and I can't change it though because Twitter won't let me make it the girl who talks sports. Otherwise, I would have made it that. But
why is it too long or something?
It's too long, yeah, which is so dumb. But so I made it TGWTS podcast, but I think I've just gotten so used to it that I don't realize it's very hard for other people to say. So
in my head, I'm like WJD. Like for some reason, it's like, what would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do? Yeah.
Like every time I see your right there, you go. What would Sam do?
What would I do?
And Christy, I love you, sweetheart, but you will not be 22.
You'll not be 22, babe. Cut it out.
Oh my goodness.
You might look 22. She won't be 22.
So I'm assuming, Sam, you're already at the end of the first quarter.
It just ended, yes. Okay. So that is
game time. You're like 15
fast.
Seconds ahead of us. Yeah, it did. It flew.
That was really. I feel like that's what happens with all football games, though. Like the first half, you're like, "Whoa, where did the time go?" And then the second half rolls around, and you're like, "What is going on?"
I'm surprised they're not
100 years
more and like really letting him just do his thing.
Right. No, Sam, I agree with you. Like the second half, like the first half flies by. I'm like, oh my god, it's only 9:05, and then the second half, I'm like, why is it midnight? What the fuck happened?
Monday night games are always like a stab for me because it's like, oh my god, wow, we're at like it's like 10 o'clock and the game's almost over, and then 12:30 rolls around, and I'm like, I just want to go to sleep.
Somebody end it,
please, for the love of God.
Sam, apparently Jimbo has a personal problem. Wait,
I'm so sorry, James.
I know you don't have a last name like that, and talking about dyslexia hurting you.
For real.
Now,
you have more vowels in your names than consonants. I'm just counting.
Poor James. I love him to death, but every time he comes on, it's always a roast session between one of us.
That's okay.
Sean, thank you so much for the follows, bro. I'm happy. I appreciate you being on here. I appreciate you following. I'm not sure how you found us, but it's more than appreciated that you did, man. Gabagoo. Oh my god, I just can't. I absolutely can't. So Sam,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna let you go ahead. Ladies first.
I was just gonna say, have you heard that TikTok sound that's like you've gobbled your last ghoul, Governor Cuomo?
Yes, that shit. I don't care what the context is. Every time I see that sound, I like the video. I don't care what happens.
It's so funny.
You've gobbled your last ghoul, Governor Cuomo.
You can have if Jimmy Pibbles wants, he can have the Tappan Zee Bridge, the Como Bridge.
Yeah, the Mario Cuomo Bridge.
As long as it's named that, he can have it. But if it goes back to the tap, we keep it.
I feel like I only call it the Tappan Zee Bridge, though. I never call it
the tap.
I don't ever call it Mario Cuomo Bridge.
I call it something. I just can't say it on the show.
That's okay.
See, all right, can we give him? We'll give him the Newburgh Beacon. How does that sound? We'll give him the Newburgh Beacon Bridge.
I actually like that Beacon Bridge.
You don't even know what that is?
All right, so
it's kind of super easy. It connects Newburgh and Beacon across the Hudson. The Newburgh Beacon Bridge.
Yeah,
so it's Hudson. That's too far up for me. I'm south.
The tap is. Oh no, the tap is lower. Never mind.
Yeah. If you take the 87 into 84, you end up hitting the Beacon Bridge. It's a nice little bridge. It's only an hour away from the city.
I love this bridge talk. This is so funny.
Do you never see us and James, me and James specifically, talk to each other? That's all it ever is. In case of, yeah, no, it's never going to be the Cuomo. It's always going to be the tap. Long with the tap.
I'm back into the second quarter here. Are you guys on the second quarter yet?
Yeah, I just had Gibson being stuffed up the
Fourth
middle.
and 1,
Yeah,
and just converted.
Can't get anything.
Tyler Heineke just went for that, and he is very slow to get up. He goes, "What did I have for breakfast? Pizza?"
And what I had for breakfast.
He just got up like, whoa. He's a little
damn. We're ahead. K-Sub, I think Sam's ahead. I think Hector and I are still on the short bus. We're a little
Spectrum
behind.
cable, baby.
You have Spectrum down there? Fuck that shit.
Yeah. It was originally Time Warner, and then it got changed.
Yeah, I remember Time
over
Warner.
here. I got rid of the cable because it started getting way too expensive. I'm like, how the hell I went from paying $100 a month to like almost $220?
Well, that's what my parents want to do. I told them, I was like, you guys can just just have NFL Red Zone. That could be the only TV channel we have on here. I'm fine with that.
I got Hulu Live and I got my internet.
Yeah, so I've got Game Pass, so I can go back and watch the games 100%. With no commercials and stuff. I just can't watch them live. I got Hulu Live for that. But streaming from work, K-Sub. You need to secure the location that you're in, sir. That is very important. I know what you do for a living. And Sam, random question. When was the last time you went to the Bronx Zoo? And what's the best day to go?
I just went over the summer. When did I go? Was it August?
I'm making another gin and tonic. You talk about that.
I was just there, and it's great. And we went on like a weekday. But I would say if you have the opportunity to go on a weekday, I would go then, especially now school's back in session. So I would say like a Tuesday morning would be a good time to go to the Bronx.
That's actually pretty awesome because actually my fiance Christy was just down there a couple weeks ago with her sister and her nieces and nephews. And Chaz, let me know because the Bronx Zoo is actually like 3-4 blocks from my grandmother's house. So I always go to the Bronx Zoo.
The Bronx Zoo is a fun time. It's very big though. You won't do it in a day. So
my grandmother lives right across the street from St. Thomas Aquinas High School.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my sisters used to actually go to St. Thomas Aquinas High School.
Oh, there you go. I know that school.
It's a Catholic high school for you people that don't know. It's only females. Only females. Tell by the saint.
What? I heard him yell something, but I don't know what he said.
Something. I think there's some domestic abuse going on over there. I think Sarah's beating Zach.
Oh my god.
Probably.
Oh my goodness.
I said they could tell by the saint. Like the saint in St. Thomas Aquinas. They could tell that it's a Catholic.
The Washington football team just scored a touchdown. Scary Terry.
Yeah.
Is lit, James.
Caught the one on like the 10-yard line and.
Okay, so there you go. When you're a supervisor, you delegate that. I appreciate that.
What do you hear, Rem? Who is it?
College too. I did not know that. Christy, St. Thomas Aquinas apparently is a college.
Yeah, St. Thomas Aquinas is last.
Heineke for a touchdown. Did you guys already say that? Am I behind?
Yeah, we
My bad.
Big
and
sad.
Chaz is
throw,
down
though.
to go see the zoo and the gorillas with his son, by the way.
Yes, the gorillas are very cool.
Rem,
There's like
what
in the exhibit, they give you little binoculars so that you can see them if they're far away.
I don't remember the last time I was at the Philly Zoo over the summer, but not the Bronx Zoo.
I don't know. I just went. My mom wanted to go for her birthday.
There you go.
So we went. It was very fun. It's a good time.
Good.
I've actually haven't been to the Bronx Zoo in a very long time. It's been a very long time.
Yeah, no, I think I was like 15, if that, when I went to the Bronx Zoo.
Yeah, it had been before this summer. It had been many, 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 many years since I had been there. So it was fun to go back as an adult. because I feel like going to the zoo as an adult is so much more fun than being like a child. Although so Staten Island has a zoo, and I go there every single year now because it's so much fun and it's free on Wednesdays. So that's just a blast. But when I was little, I remember it being huge, and now I go there and I finish it up in like 45 minutes, and I'm like, dang. When I was little, this zoo was enormous, and now it's so tiny.
Yeah, that's like the biggest downside of growing up. Everything that was super cool and super big and super awesome is now boring and small. And
yeah, the zoo is still fun. If you guys don't like the zoo, what do you like? The zoos are fun.
Well, we know Jimmy Pibbles don't like bridges.
Apparently, he had a bad experience on the G-Dub. That's where this all stems from. The hate all stems from the fact that apparently he doesn't.
Who hasn't had a bad experience on the GW? Like seriously,
honestly, the G-Dub was built for bad experiences. But I'm not gonna lie. I hate the Throgs Neck even more. I would take the GW. Oh, the Throgs Neck Bridge. Yeah, you've never been on the.
Never heard of the Throgs Neck Bridge?
I don't think so.
Oh, you must not come upstate often. It is.
I mean, no, not really.
The worst.
I went to school upstate though, but not near the Hudson.
What do you consider upstate?
Anything past the Bronx?
Yeah, I used to think that way too, and then you realize an hour outside the city.
I would say I would even say Westchester isn't upstate.
Westchester,
what?
Upstate.
I would say that's like right there, so I would say okay, but anything above that.
No. Westchester.
Sam, we could be in the city in an hour and 15 minutes. We are not upstate. There's like 9 hours of New York.
I mean, you are above the city in the state. That just means upstate.
No, so upstate is like.
Okay.
So what would you call yourself then? So like, what is that area?
We're the Hudson Valley. Upstate is like Buffalo, Rochester, Albany. That's upstate. Syracuse.
Okay. Hudson
We're
Valley.
technically just like the outskirts of the city. That's what you can say. We're like the outskirts of the city.
Okay. I'll consider that.
Holy shit. I got pictures of me at Sesame Place.
Westchester and Yonkers is totally city. That's all city.
Yonkers is totally the city.
Yeah. Okay, no. The Yonkers is not the city.
I was born and raised in the Bronx.
It is.
It's still part of the city. You're not gonna go to Jadakiss and be like, yeah, you ain't from the city. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. You're from Yonkers. Yeah, he is.
So, James, you went to the Catholic school of Equanimous St. Brown. Is that what you're really trying to sell me?
That's why he's a Browns fan. That's why he's a Browns fan.
I was going to say, is that what you're trying to fucking sell me right now? This is...
Sorry. Daniel Jones just overthrew his receiver, and it scared me. I thought it was going to get intercepted.
My sister went to school at SUNY Plattsburgh, which is like the second to last exit before Canada.
Yes.
So that's upstate.
I looked at Plattsburgh, actually, and then I realized how far away it was, and I said, no thanks. And then my boyfriend went to Potsdam.
Okay.
Which is like parallel to Plattsburgh, not as far north. But I used to say that he used to go to class in Canada because it was like 30 minutes away.
Yeah, my older sister went to school in Oswego, which is a fucking haul.
Yeah, no, I would say so. My best friend went to Oneonta. I went to Albany, which is a little bit more shallow, I guess, like 2.5 hours.
Even Albany's like an hour from us. Like,
so then that just solidifies that you are upstate. I don't understand what that.
No, because we're an hour from the city and an hour from Albany.
Okay.
I had this weird thing just happen with my computer, and now it's gone before I could even show anybody, so never mind.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, Chaz says don't get him started on the BQE.
Don't even. My brother and I drove up to Maine recently to visit my grandmother, and driving home, we did everything in our power. We took the Tappan Zee Bridge, actually, so we didn't have to go through the BQE. Like, we went farther. We went around it because we were like, we'd rather not even go through that. We'd rather take longer to get home than go on the BQE.
Down goes Daniel Jones.
No. Oh, God. That was a wrestling move.
Right? That throw. Yeah,
Oh my
Christy,
God.
exactly. We're not upstate when we're literally 60 fucking miles north of New York City.
Okay. I mean, I can get used to calling it the Hudson Valley. I could get used to that.
Well,
a lot of my friends live in there.
It's cool too, because like right here we have the Renegades, who used to be Tampa Bay's AA team. They're now the Yankees AA team. If you jump like what, almost a shit ton of the people come up here to the Commons in Woodbury.
James fucking loves Maine. I agree. Maine is fantastic. Chaz, your opinion is invalid. It is not upstate.
It is not upstate.
I will not recognize it as upstate.
Wait, where does Chaz live?
I think Chaz is in
Wherever
Jersey.
Chaz, where do you live?
I think he's in Jersey, question mark. And Christy,
Okay.
we're 100 miles from Albany, so we're closer to the city than we are upstate.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Guys, we're supposed to
Look
be
at my lady
uniting our
doing
love of
research.
bridges against Jimmy Pibbs. We forgot that. We forgot that in our quabbling about upstate versus not.
You know what? If Jimmy Pibbs and Chaz keeps up with their gibberish, they're not coming back on the show.
Yeah.
For those of you guys that obviously stay on and listen to us, future endeavors with Jimmy Pibbs and Chaz will be happening. Stay tuned for that. A couple weeks or so, we might
Yes.
have those boys jump on and have a good time. Hopefully, Jimmy Pibbs brings some more whiskey and seltzer.
I might in solidarity break out a whiskey and truly for him.
I feel like that's a very bad idea. I think that maybe we should not do that.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun
I
episode.
think that I might.
I think that is
Episode.
that is gonna be messy.
Whiskeys
All right, so
and
what's-
Trulies. It's
so
gonna be
then
an
what's
episode
your
of Family
go-to
Guy where
drink?
everyone's puking.
My go-to drink.
Yeah.
If I'm at the bar, a lot of times it's a vodka Sprite. Because it's sweet. I don't vodka sodas. I mean, I'll drink like seltzers and stuff, like out of the can. But like vodka sodas, like from the bar, it just doesn't taste good to me. So I do vodka Sprites, because it adds a little bit of sugar into it. And honestly, that's really it. I like Dirty Shirley's too, which is vodka Sprites with just grenadine in it.
so vodka Sprites all around.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So that's usually my go-to there. No brown liquor. And green tea shots. I love those.
All right, green tea shots are good. I'll give you that.
They're so delicious.
Nah, it's old fashions. Old fashions all day, every day. Or just give me a glass of like Maker's Mark or Jameson, and just give me a glass of good whiskey.
See, it's literally everyone else in my family. I don't do that. I don't.
Anything with alcohol sounds about right.
Hector's like, yeah, as long as it's alcoholic, we're good. Go Equanimity of St. Brown? Yeah, I agree with you. I want to go Fighting Irish. He lived in Queens until he was 16 and then moved to East Brunswick, New Jersey.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Actually, yeah, East Brunswick's actually not that far from us either.
So we just got to go crash Chaz and Mikey then.
No, Mikey won't give me his Addy. Trust me, I've been going at it with him on the glide, and he wants no smoke with good old Hector said what he said.
Man, are you and Mikey flirting over there?
No, so we kind of had like this debate today on the glide, and he's like, I'm the best. I'm better than everyone. I'm better than everyone. And he wanted to do some challenge of pull-ups.
What?
Yeah, no. So I was like, yo, you want receipts? You want pull-ups? I sent him what? Me and YO was fucking with him. Me and Hugh Hefner Ghost was messing around with him, and sent him about 5 videos of like that's a 10 on pull-ups. Mikey won't send any receipts.
I'm surprised Jackson didn't go down. He took that hit like a man, by the way.
Ooh,
Did you see that helmet to helmet?
Helmet to
Yeah.
helmet bad. That was straight like he.
I saw you kind of like, ooh.
Yeah,
But
that
I
I
thought
was
he was
like,
gonna get
oh.
blown up.
No flag, no nothing. No, it's because he's white.
Jameson Ginger,
your
I respect
girlfriend and
that.
I would get along.
I would respect that. This is a
Hey,
good defensive battle. I'm not gonna lie. I'm with it.
Tyler Heineke is throwing this ball, but he is not connecting with his receivers.
Yeah, if he
That's
throws this
off.
low, if he can throw this low, then that's a better pass than high and away like that.
If he would have read that play and after he passed that defender, fucking launched the ball, he would have hit him instead of waiting for him to reach the safeties.
I think he's panicking a little bit.
So he's panicky, not Heineke.
Yeah, he's panicking. Oh my god!
Yeah,
oh
my god.
The Giants secondary is ridiculously all over the place.
Yeah, no, they're playing good, but he is floating the shit out of these things.
Yeah.
It's like he's scared to like zing it in there. He doesn't want to get the receiver hit, which is actually making it more susceptible to injury.
Well, I'm wondering, is he afraid or can he just not put the ball where it needs to be? Like, I guess that's more of a long-term
too much pressure?
question, but speaking of Mikey boy, look who joins the party. What is up, my man? All love. Happy to have you here, man.
Game Point Live. I'm still waiting for them. We were just talking about it. I'm still waiting for them goddamn receipts of them pull-ups.
Glide is Hector. You're on Glide. I'm not. I'll let you go ahead and handle that.
Since you're best friends with your boy Game Point over there, and he hasn't put you on Glide, you should probably get on Glide. A bunch of guys on Sports Me that's over there, and let's just put it like this: if you're not ready to get smoke checked and not have your shit deleted, don't go to Glide then.
That was far more political than I expected you to put that. I'm proud of you.
Oh no, because I've only been on the Glide for about a couple of days, and it's pretty ruthless.
What is the Glide? What is that?
Glide, it's an app. Guys like Drunken Monkey, Jonah, the Gooch, Doggin, Mikey from Game Point, Ghost, a bunch of guys. They made a group chat on there, and ultimately, it's kind of like Sports Me. You can make clips as long as you want and just chat, but there's no moderating, there's no bitching, there's no reporting people because people feel so offended. It's not bad. It's not bad.
So Hector, apparently your toothpick arms can't do what you say they do.
He's Mikey. There's receipts out there. I'm still waiting. No, Mikey's even mad that I went out there. I did 2 sets of 10 pull-ups. And then to show him up even more, I chugged a Bud Light and did another 10 pull-ups.
I want those receipts. And it only sunk into Jimmy Pibbs now, by the way, how you don't do brown liquor but still drink green tea shots.
2 words. Sour mix. Straight up, just straight sugar. And don't say that you can have a whiskey sour because that's different. Because that's like a full-blown drink. A green tea shot just goes straight back.
Even though
but you could take a whiskey sour straight back though.
I don't think I could.
I think you could. I got faith.
I'm underwhelming myself. I don't think I could do that.
So, Sam, it's a good thing that if you do show up at December 5th, it's mostly going to be beer then.
Oh, I hate beer. I'll bring some High Noons or something with me.
Perfect.
I used to drink so much beer, and then I was like, why am I drinking bread? This is horrid.
Why am I drinking bread?
I don't like it. I mean, every once in a while, I like a Corona, like during the summer with a lime is good, but like,
I'm not gonna lie, I might bring like gin and tonic mix because I've been fucking with that for a while. So I might bring gin and both tonic. But
if I come December 5th, I don't know if I'll actually be able to go into the game. I don't know if I'm gonna buy tickets, but I'll come to like the pre-game.
You're not gonna come into the game?
I don't have money. I have Giants tickets. I have so many Giants tickets I still have to buy.
So sell one at okay. I thought you already had them. I was gonna say sell some of your Giants tickets and show up.
If they're like super cheap, then I'll buy them.
By that time in the season, they very well may be. It is the the Jets and the Eagles here.
That's true. Like if they're like $60-$70, I'll be like, okay, I'll get it.
Yeah, we brought the tickets now for like $60-$70.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we've already bought the tickets, and they were like, what, 64 a piece or something like that.
Okay.
Word on the streets is that Mike has fake plates on his squad rack. It's the peach schnapps that make it, according to Christy for the green tea shots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
love
because Chrissy's a bartender over there, so she likes to.
James is asking the real questions. Picklebacks.
I hate pickles.
What?
Oh, Chrissy might fight you on that.
I'm
Chrissy
so
loves-
sorry. I don't want to get on the bad side of Chrissy. But I do not like pickles.
Just his physique is better overall. Danny Dimes looks so good but awful. Way to change the subject when you make such a claim, Mikey. But no, that's my issue with Danny Dimes. Is he shows these moments of greatness, and then he shows these moments of I've never seen a fucking football before.
All right. Well, it's
Great
3rd and
point.
1 right now, and they're
Remy Dog is better physically fit than you.
Chaz wants you to add him, Hector. So I've actually had the app downloaded for a while, but I've never made an account because I'm on like 40 different accounts or 40 different apps that I have yet to actually participate in, like Colorcast and Ravon and stuff. It's awful. James at 205 on the bench. I do an incline consistently. Holy shit. I'm not having a stroke, guys. You're having a stroke.
He lifts 205 pounds of burgers. Fuck out of here.
So I think this what is in response to the picklebacks, by the way.
Am I gonna get like all this hate because I don't like pickles?
Cancel Sam Cardona for pickles.
I'm so sorry. Oh, we converted a 3rd and 1. Oh my god, everybody hates
Thursday,
me now.
Panthers, Texans. I'm shocked
God.
at how the Texans played last week. Shocked.
Well, I'm not
so
shocked at
surprised.
how Busty McBusterson played.
Busty McBuster.
3
Who's
interceptions.
that?
Trevor Lawrence, biggest bust on the face of the planet next to Ryan Leaf.
Oh shit.
I
Okay.
don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I really don't.
That was his
That's it.
first loss in regular season ever in his life.
Ever. Yup. And I don't think he's going to handle it well. He came out and threw 3 interceptions to the Texans.
Yeah, not great.
He let Tyrod Taylor take all that shine.
Yo, for sure.
Yo, justice for Tyrod.
Justice for
deserves-
Tyrod.
Justice for Tyrod.
He needs
Hell
a good
yes,
year.
Sam.
He's a
He's
good
a good
doctor. He don't get his
No.
lung punctured again.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him. But if that didn't, the universe works in mysterious ways because now we have Justin Herbert. So, and that
Tyrod Taylor has been done so dirty in the NFL. It's horrible.
Remy, you're supposed to be the part of the show.
All right, something happened. I just watched Barkley get like a 9-yard little
Barkley
slam.
make a
I'm
move.
not even gonna say anything. I'm not even gonna say anything. That just
Can
makes
you
me
tell
so
me if
happy.
Barkley did it? Did
No.
Barkley do it? Fuck it. Fuck, I don't care then.
Only people who drink picklebacks are allowed on Pop Shots.
Oh, come
Wait, so if I do a
on.
pickleback shot, can I come on Pop Shots? Is that what we're doing now? I'll do shots. Oh God, now I see. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. I can't fucking believe. How does Daniel fucking Jones outrun motherfuckers? How
'Cause he
the
runs
fuck?
the-
Oh,
He's
there's a flag.
6'5". He's got look at his legs. Look at his legs. You have
The
to
man
watch his
runs
legs.
22 miles an hour. Like he
Yeah.
got legs.
I cannot get behind Daniel Jones being mobile. Look at him.
He's the white Michael Vick.
Danny
Stop.
Sneakers.
He's the white Michael Vick. Michael
Danny
Vick was the same
Sneakers
way.
is
Great
back.
runner, but fumbled a lot.
I
What,
always call him.
are you talking about Trevor Lawrence having an amazing game, throwing 3 interceptions to a defense that you can't name a singular person on? No, that's not a fucking great game. I hate to break it to you, Jazz. But how does Daniel Jones outrun 11 grown men?
Look at them
How?
legs. Look at them long strides.
Yes, look at his legs. He's a long green bean.
He's
He is. Oh,
Counting
that
for
made me
nothing,
so
but-
happy.
you
That
can
was
tell by the
very
way.
good.
You can tell
Oh
by
my
the
god,
way.
it doesn't count.
No, you didn't see the flag?
You can tell by the way he
too
was running.
excited.
Don't trip over any lines. Don't trip over any lines. Hit him! Oh,
Man,
All
I
right,
was too
so-
excited about the run. I wasn't even paying attention.
Sam, what do you think about this no taunting rule in the NFL? Well, there's always been no taunting, but now that it's a point of emphasis in the NFL, how do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's weird because like I don't like it, first of all, but like last week on Sunday, I forgot who it was, but somebody did a taunt. Like they were running into the end zone and threw up a peace sign towards the defender and like didn't get a flag for it. So I'm like, where is this penalty line? Like, do you have to see it with your eyes? Like, but like, some taunts can be so small that's like, I guess you get away with it, but like, I think it's
I mean,
dumb.
you're gonna flag.
It's almost as dumb as when they almost banned celebrations all those years ago. That's just, hopefully it just kind of gets fluttered away somehow.
So real quick, James will happily hop on. So Sam, I used to be like old school and say, look, score a touchdown, hand the ball to the ref, walk away. But
Right.
Chad Ochocinco, I watched an interview with him, and after he retired, and he was like, well, we're out there to entertain. Yes, we're playing a sport, but we're entertainers. We go out there to entertain, and I don't care if we win, I don't care if we lose, I don't care what I do, but you will be entertained when I walk out on a football field. That
Right.
changed like my entire mentality about looking at the NFL and these players, because you're right, they're out there to win a Super Bowl, sure, but this is the entertainment industry, so why not go out there and entertain? I'm not saying like punch dudes in the face and be crazy and stuff.
Oh,
but, like,
yeah, I know.
deuces while you're running and cool celebrations, like that's not. I don't think that should be a penalty.
That's what I'm saying. At the same time, you're out there, you're playing a game, you're getting all excited, you're
Yeah.
trying to. It's a form of you expressing yourself while playing. Like
Right.
you
Right.
should be able to do something that's not obviously directed toward. Like it's not, as long as you're not directing it toward a specific person or the team, make some type of celebration. But it's a little excessive the way they're just. Like Tyreek Hill, you're flagging him for throwing up the peace sign because he likes to burn people. But
Right.
then, like,
Get
Sam said,
faster.
There's a defender that wants to throw up the peace sign, and it's okay.
Right. No, I
Yeah.
agree with you. And Mikey, and this can be a question for everybody. What's worse, the butt fumble or falling over your own feet?
Worse is not throwing up a
Butt
video of
fumble.
doing 10 pull-ups.
Butt
So,
fumble.
Butt fumble is worse because I was 13 rows in from the end zone watching that happen like 20 yards
Oh
in
my
front
God.
of me. So yes, butt fumble is worse.
What a flex. You were at the butt fumble game?
I was. It was the first game that I had brought my then
I don't know if
girlfriend
that's the
and
first
now
game.
wife to
I
on
don't know
Thanksgiving
if that's the
Day against the New England Patriots, flexing on her hard, bringing her 13 rows in MetLife Stadium. Hell yes, just to watch that shit occur.
Yeah.
And the Patriots score like 21 points in 52 seconds. Nice little
Amazing.
field goal by Graham Gano, who I have in one of my leagues.
Good.
I actually haven't even checked the fantasy leagues today.
I did some sneaky work in some of my leagues, man. I did some sneaky work. I think I'm gonna come out ahead.
I am this is my first year doing fantasy, so I am slowly learning. I am a little disheartened. I lost last week and I'm like, I don't know how to fix this. So I made a few edits. So hopefully we have a better
It's
week.
only don't panic. It's only week one. Like don't just go against everything that your gut's telling you. Like it's a long season.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Definitely. Like, there's a lot of overreactions that come out of week one. But Sam, I want to ask you about your experience. How, as like an NFL diehard fan, how has your fantasy experience been to this point?
Well, apart from losing, it's like interesting because I find myself obviously rooting for players because I want them to perform well so that I get points on my fantasy team. Like Monday night, like my brother's a diehard Steelers fan, so he hates the
Sorry.
Ravens. But
Right.
I have I have Lamar as my quarterback, and one of my tight ends is Mark Andrews, who was playing on
Oh.
Monday.
He shit
So-
the bed for me.
Yeah. So I told him, I'm like, listen, I'm not rooting for the Ravens, but I'm rooting for Lamar and Mark Jacobs. Like I don't care if they win or lose, but I just need points for my fantasy. And he understood, which was very nice. But
Sure.
it's weird because I'm like, normally I don't root for the Ravens, but in this way, I was like, I kind of have to in a way. But I also love Lamar.
That's
Lamar's
fair.
great.
Have you been placed in the position of having to root for the Giants but still root for the opposing team yet? You know what I'm saying? Like if you had Washington's defense, like obviously you hope the Giants win by 3 and it's a close game so that your defense scores points. Have you been placed in that kind of position yet?
No, not yet. I'm afraid on what will happen. I have no Giants on my fantasy team, so I root for the Giants because
I expected you to have at least one.
No, they all got picked up by the time I was drafting, so it just didn't really work out for me that way. I'm actually going up against Kenny Golladay this week.
I actually got Kenny Golladay in right now, and he's not doing great for me. I got like 2.6 points. Staying on the fantasy side, it's funny because my fiance Christy is a huge Cowboy fan, and for some god-awful reason, she somehow manages every season to draft Dak Prescott.
Every time, no matter what.
Single time. It's 4 years in a row, and her name has been Baby Got Dak for 4 straight years.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
But she goes out of her way, like, there's common sense drafting, and then Christy does whatever she wants to get Dak and still like competes in the league. It doesn't matter where she drafts him. She still goes out there and competes.
I allowed myself
like second round.
I allowed myself one pick that I allowed to pick with my heart instead of my head, and it was Joe Burrow.
All right.
And Joe Burrow?
Yeah, so
All right.
Joe Burrow. I wanted Josh Allen so bad for my quarterback, and then my friend picked him up, and I was like, God dang it.
Oh, I hate being sniped. It's the worst. So, question, Jamar Chase.
Yes.
Was that whole offseason the ball's too big? I can't see the white stripes. Was that all bullshit? Was that all like a smokescreen that he can't play football just for him to come out and ball out? Like,
I don't know. That was so weird for him to say. I was like, why are you admitting to the fact that like you like are having a hard time catching the football? Like, I thought that was very weird. Also, I was very anti Jamar Chase in the first round for the Bengals. I wanted them to pick an offensive lineman, which
also
a lot
fair.
like this week people were like, "Oh, well, look at how well Chase did." I'm like, "Yeah," and you know how many times Joe Burrow was sacked? 5.
Yeah.
Kid's still on the ground. Can't throw to Jamar if you're laying down. So I will still die on this hill. But also, he did really well. But I don't know why he said that.
Part of me wants to say that it was kind of like he played bad during the preseason, so he wanted like an excuse.
Maybe
so that they'd be like, oh, look at he's saying he can't see the ball, that's why he played so bad. Then he goes out and just balls out.
But I mean, part of me, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the smokescreen camp. Like, he went out there and dropped passes intentionally. He went out and said this intentionally so that everyone's like, oh, okay, he's a scrub. He can't really do this, and kind of maybe cuts him a little bit more slack. And then he comes out and balls out. Like, I don't know. I don't trust motherfuckers in the preseason. Like, coaches, GMs, they'll lie their faces off. So why not players? Why not players come out and play like garbage? If their team knows they're going to do well, they're not going to get cut. So why not come out and play like garbage?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But it was a weird thing to say. I was like, how'd you get the dropsies all of a sudden?
For Dak Prescott, by the way, 33 points. I don't know.
Yeah, I went up against Dak last week. That's how I lost.
Christy last year, I don't even know how she managed this last year. Last year, she was able to draft Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper. Like, how the fuck you end up with both of them?
Yeah. My problem is that I get blackout drunk whenever I draft. So I always wake up the next day. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do to myself?
Since I'm here in the man cave, Sam,
he's about to get banned. He's going to get blocked.
Zach's not going to like it, but
muted. He's muted. He's not allowed to talk anymore. He doesn't know he's been muted, but he's been muted. I don't know if he can hear me, but he's been muted.
Look who's the champ. Look who is the reigning.
You guys got a ring and everything? That's really, really awesome.
Look who's the reigning champ. Can you? Did he mute me? Did I
Nah, I
forget?
unmuted you now, bitch.
Champ. There's receipts. The last couple.
Wow.
And whoever wins this year, I will mail it to them, and they get bragging rights for a year. They don't get the ring though. The ring's staying with me.
I was gonna say we're all gonna buy our own rings, whoever wins, because it's like a Super Bowl ring. But that trophy's gonna make its rounds. By the way, Trophy Smack for everyone who watches Trophy Smack, go find them wherever you can, because that's who we got the trophy through.
Quentin A is the first Sports Me member to actually join the league. So Quentin A, if you're watching, you're never gonna touch this. This will forever be in my house.
But how appropriate was that? That Quentin A, who runs the Degenerates podcast, joined the Degenerates Football League. Super appropriate. Oh, JD McKissick just got fucking tripped up.
Oh.
It'll be interesting to see if Washington scores before the half is over.
I got faith.
They'll
at least tie this up. There's no way they won't.
I want them to throw Heineken to throw one of those floaters, and either Blake Martinez or Bradbury picks it off and takes it to the house for 6.
Nah, Taylor Heineke's gonna catch one.
Sam's like, I like that. That sounds right.
That would be fantastic. I would love every minute of that.
Nah, Taylor Heineke's gonna catch one for 6.
I need that because I got the Giants defense in Hooves Tribunal Fantasy League, so I kind of need more points.
I'm in 4 leagues. I have no idea who I have where, but I have the Giants somewhere.
How do you deal with that many leagues? How do you keep track of them all?
I'm in 3 right now.
I have no idea.
How do you keep track of them? I don't feel like I wouldn't be able to keep track. I can barely keep up with my one. I don't even know if I'm having a good time yet.
2 or more leagues.
Oh, Hector, I'm winning in our league, but not by much.
I got nobody in our league today. All my games are Sunday, so I'm all right there. I don't have to panic right now.
I'm playing Mike Khaleesi, and he's got Terry McLaurin. He's got 16 points. I've got Saquon for 6.5.
Oh, Blacklist.
My Giants. This is where I have the Giants defense. They've got me 7 points right now.
That's good.
You playing the good old Blacklisted?
I am. Bro, if he don't come at Sarah with better trades, I'm going to go out there to Rhode Island and smack.
Why do you think his name is Blacklisted?
Bro, he ain't going to get no trades off.
So, Sam, we got this guy in the league. He's up in Rhode Island, and usually we name our teams after, like, our number 1 draft picks.
Yeah.
Except for me, I'm an asshole.
Last year, he tried to trade my fiance some bullshit-ass trade for, like, Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Everyone vetoed, so he felt some type of way, changed his name to Blacklisted, and anytime anyone else during the season tried to make a trade, he was automatically vetoing it.
Yeah, we have democracy.
Salty.
The greatest part is that he's come second place 2 years in a row. He can't get over the hump and win the league. He's come right 2 years in a row.
He's Eagles Andy Reid.
Eagles Andy Reid. Oh my goodness.
And in the Hoove 2 Tribunal League, I'm playing Matty Daddy. Like, I'd be okay if I lost to Matty Daddy.
I got Hoove this week.
Oh, you better put the smack down.
Beat the guy who made all the rules.
But beat the beats on him like Drow side, bro. Oh,
45
down
seconds.
To the 11.
Well, 45 seconds.
Yeah, I was watching something.
I'm at 35.
Oh, come on.
At 35, what? 35 seconds?
35 seconds, yeah.
I'm at 34 seconds. What?
Wait, what?
Are we on the same timeline? Did we catch
we're
up?
at 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line, right by the end zone.
Oh my God! I think we're on the same timeline, Sam. I don't know what happened, but I think we got there.
We're still slightly ahead, though.
Don't burst my bubble. By the way, Sam, relief will come at halftime. We do not do full games.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm having a great time. I'm having a blast. Oh my goodness, though. I really don't want them to score here.
Motion out, empty set, 13
I'm
set.
still shocked that, like,
23.
Even with, nothing to Heineke, but I expected the Giants to go out there and at least be up by at least another score.
No, I expected this. And Ron Rivera, if you've noticed the last couple of plays down this drive, they're not running plays where he can float it. It's quick slants, quick button hooks. They're making sure he can throw low and away instead of trying to overshoot.
Because they know that they'll get the interception if that happens. Oh,
Yep.
oh,
You're still ahead. Never mind.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. It made me really happy. Our defense just stopped Heineke from scoring, and it was perfect. He was right there. He was about to run in. And actually, I think it was Leonard Williams who tackled him.
Former New York Jet.
Hey,
Indeed.
he loved New York that much that he ended up staying in New
Oh
York.
my God, he fucked up. He could have had Logan Thomas, who I have, for the touchdown.
Yeah, no, he decided to run it, and
Yeah.
Leonard Williams, perfect.
Watch, they're showing in the replay, and I don't know why, because it's off the screen. 2-3, who was covering Logan Thomas, slipped. He could have had him. Here we go, right here. He has him.
Why are we? What is happening? What? Oh, New York timeout.
Heineke.
He's ballsy, though. He's ballsy.
Look, say what you will. This is the kid who the last we saw before today got into an absolute gunfight with Tom Brady.
It's
Say
very
what you
true.
will about Heineke. That's a set of fucking nuts.
No,
I
I
told you why it happened. He sold his soul to Satan for the one game.
mean, why not? You got nothing
Right.
else to lose.
He
Right, if
sold
you're gonna
his
beat
soul-
Tom Brady, I'll sell my soul too. Shit.
He sold his soul to Roger Goodell for one game.
All right, Sam, give me your so far rating
Yeah.
on Joe Judge. What do we think?
Like overall,
Yeah, as a head coach, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews from Giants fans.
all right. Well, Washington just scored, which is unfortunate, but
Well, Washington goes up.
J.D. McKissick. So I like Joe Judge. When he
Okay.
came in, I didn't know who he was. Obviously, he was special
Sure.
teams coordinator for New England. I was like, who? But I think he came in with like this. Like, I think people respect him. I think he came in with a mindset that was like, we're here to work. We're here to play this game, and I like him. However, this past Sunday, he threw a challenge flag on a scoring play, which was so embarrassing.
Right.
I was like, dude, do
It's
you not
automatic.
realize every scoring play is automatically reviewed. You can't challenge that. Like, I think that was just like not a good look for him at
Dirt.
all. It was just really not. But overall, as a coach, I think he makes good choices. I think he's there for his players. I think that he's good.
Wow.
And people are like, oh, after this season, like he's probably gonna be gone. Like, no, he's even if they do bad, they're not gonna fire him after just 2
And then
seasons.
get rid of
No.
what was it, Gettleman, and what's his name? What was the fucking retard that was head coach?
Ben McAdoo.
McAdoo.
McAdoo, yep. No,
I
Gettleman's still there, but McAdoo, yeah. By the way,
Yeah,
Mark
yeah,
but no, I mean, I don't know how to feel about Joe Judge. I don't know how I feel about the way he handled like that scuffle in the preseason.
Oh, when he just made them run.
Yeah, I feel like that was like very like high schoolish. Like these are grown ass men.
Well,
That need to be treated like they should sometimes.
I think that I call all football players grown babies because they look like they are grown men, but a lot of them act like big old babies. So I think that they most likely deserved that because they were probably acting like a group of children. So if you act like a group of children in a youth football league, then you're going to get treated like that. So honestly, I was like, make them run for all I care.
Oh yeah. You know what? As those grown ass, you know damn well these athletes don't get the hard grind in a practice like we did back in the good old days, high school and growing up in college. They need some of them extra laps.
Yeah, for sure. Some of them need to
Fair
just get a little bit of a, just slapped around a little bit and then a little bit better. But yeah, I overall I don't dislike Joe Judge. I like him. Hopefully, this is a better season for us. Our half is over here. We just kneeled and we're going into the locker room.
Yeah, I've got 15 seconds left. I mean, I assume that they would kneel, but
Yeah.
yeah, of course, the Jets are on this graphic. 15 teams with new quarterbacks, and the Jets are on that graphic. No fucking shit. Thanks, bud.
Lots of new quarterbacks. Lots
All
of
right,
new quarterbacks.
Sam.
Yes.
I need you to be the tipping point. Hector and I stand where we stand and say what we say.
Okay.
Is Mac and Cheese Jones the future of the National Football League?
Michael McCorkle Jones.
First of all, hold on. Can you please explain the tweet that you know that I'm talking about, that your boyfriend called him Big Mac Jones? Because he was not wrong, but he was clearly not right.
I love, just like I said earlier, my boyfriend does not watch football, so he's very much not in tune with anything. So I wanted to see what he thought his name actually was, because obviously Mac is not his given name. So I asked him, I was like, what do you think this guy's name is? And he was like, Big Mac Jones or whatever he ended up saying. And I was like, honestly, you're not wrong. You're very close.
It was pretty good.
I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that his middle name is McCorkle, and I only want him to go by McCorkle. But to answer your question, I don't think so. I think it's way too early to predict that. And I also don't like him. So I don't want him to be the future of the league. But, who knows? He's got Bill Belichick. For all we know, he's giving him all the secrets that he somehow has, that we're like, what kind of person are you, Bill Belichick? But I don't know. I think it's way too early to predict that.
Bill Belichick took Mac Jones to whatever fountain of youth he took Tom Brady to.
Yeah.
Expecting another 20 years of dominance from the Patriots.
So yeah. We said it going into it, man. Mac Jones. So first of all, let me surround this. I don't know if anyone saw the Schefter tweet, but the 49ers trade 3 number 1s to move up with the Dolphins, take their pick, to draft Mac Jones because they feared what I feared, and that he would fall to the Patriots, only to do all that and get Trey Lance and Mac Jones to still fall to the Patriots, which was just fucking comical. I'm telling you, he is the real deal. Now, if he had gone to the Jets, if he had gone to the Niners, if he had gone anywhere else, maybe not. But he is what Bill Belichick wants in his quarterbacks, and he's going to be the real deal.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be really, really great because of Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is going to make him great. I agree. Sure. If he went somewhere else, it probably wouldn't be the same. I just don't want to see it. I think I'm just.
I agree. I would like to not be abused for the next 20 years.
Right? Yeah, he's in your division, so
because remember, Bill Belichick was the Jets head coach for 12 hours. Everything that the Patriots have, we could have had if not for Woody Johnson and Robert Kraft. So for all of you who don't know that story, go look it up. He was, in fact, the New York Jets head coach for 24 hours after Bill Parcells retired. It's a rough time.
In my resignation.
So have you heard the full story behind that?
I don't think so.
So no one has.
Maybe, but
yeah, okay. No one has. It is the closely guarded secret. So when Parcells got hired on after he left the Patriots, he came to the Jets. He had it written into the contract that Bill Belichick would be the head coach after he left. It was set in stone.
Really?
Yeah. So one day after the previous Jets owner died, God bless him, I don't remember his name, but after the previous Jets owner died, Parcells gets a phone call, or the Jets organization gets a phone call from Robert Kraft saying, can they interview Belichick? And Parcells and the Jets tell them to go fuck themselves.
Wow.
So then about a week later, Parcells comes into a coach's meeting and says, all right, I retire. And pretty much walks out, thus triggering the clause that Belichick becomes head coach of the New York Jets.
Right.
About 2 or 3 days later, they go to announce it. He walks into the GM's office after a morning workout and shower, writes on a napkin, I resign. And that's the press conference of that day. And then less than 12 hours later, he's signed by the New England Patriots. And they have everything we should have had. And nobody knows. There is nobody between anyone's camp who talks about what actually happened. Nobody in Bill Parcells' circle. Nobody in Bill Belichick's circle. It is like the Fort Knox lets away more secrets than this ever has.
Those Bills are sneaky.
Yeah, for sure. James has spent the last hour trying to wrap his head around the pickle thing, Sam. It's something you're not getting
rid of. Pickles. I don't know.
The salty brine. He's not buying in against on Mac or against him. I'm telling you, football for me. The reason that I love and buy into Mac is football for me is probably, although its intricacies are abound, is one of the most simple sports on the face of the planet. And the quarterback position, no matter how much people that I love, like Lamar Jackson, will try and change it, the quarterback position will always be about throwing the ball first and having a high football IQ and dropping back and being able to read. Mac Jones does that. He comes from Nick Saban, who builds fucking NFL offenses. I
see what you're saying. I could definitely see what you're saying. But like, I don't know. I just don't like him.
No, I think he's a smug little bastard.
He's Brady 2.0. Fuck the Patriots.
He is, man.
Oh.
I just don't want to see the Patriots be good again. Like they they've fallen off a little after Tom left. So I'm like, wow, this is great. This is
Don't bank on that, man.
I just want to see the Jets come in second in the division at least. Second,
bro. At this point, I'll take third. Look, Jimmy Pibbs, he is a fucking nerd. But remember, Tom Brady looked like a sack of fucking shit and was drafted in the 6th round. So let's not pretend that
Tom Brady's trying to look like Tom Brady kind of looks like Jimmy Pibbs.
Yes. Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow. You got to say Herbert next, James. Herbert. Give me Herbert. Give me Herbert.
Here I am getting ready to end this and tell Sam to tell everybody where they can find her. And out of nowhere from the top rope, Jimmy Pibbs comes and drops the elbow.
Jimmy Pibbs dropping elbow bombs.
Man.
Sam. Wait, no. Learn to like pickles.
You know what?
I'm offended.
The next time we
doesn't matter.
The next time we go live, we're gonna get Jimmy Pibbs on with Sam. we're gonna figure out this pickle situation.
Wait, I know James is a bartender. Maybe James can like physically make me one, and I can try it. So maybe
so we're all gonna take a road trip up to Boston, is what you're saying?
Yeah, sure.
I'm done.
So real quick, Kevin Smith.
I'll wear my Yankee hat.
Yes. No, they don't have the weapons that they used to, or weapons, I'll put in quotes. But the tight ends, it's about the tight ends for me. They had a killer set last time, and they do this time. That was a funnier joke than you people give me credit for. Bartender at a brewery. But Sam, go ahead, let everybody know where they can find you, what you're all about. Go give them again everything about you.
I will. Just a quick little announcement. They just put up a commercial. There's going to be a new Hard Knocks in season with the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I'm watching that now.
So awesome. I love that. It's in season, so it's not the preseason. So that's
they had to do that because it was soft knocks before the season started with Dallas.
That's true. Oh my God, it was like one of the worst Hard Knock seasons ever. But I'm Sam Cardona. I am the host of the Girl Who Talks Sports podcast. You guys can find me on all podcasting platforms, wherever it is that you get your podcast from. I'm there. I'm also on YouTube at The Girl Who Talks Sports. Please make sure to subscribe. I put up full-length podcasts there, as well as some extra content video, which I have some things lined up for the season to do some little extra content stuff, which I'm excited to do. And you can follow me on Twitter at TGWTS podcast, The Girl Who Talks Sports podcast, and I'm on Instagram and TikTok at The Girl Who Talks Sports. Check me out there. TikTok's a fun place. I very much am enjoying being on TikTok. It's it's a weird environment, but I'm loving it. So yeah.
So real quick before I end this, have you seen my linemen are the most important position in football thing that consistently gets blown up and people hate me for?
I feel like I have. I think I see all
So
of
I
your
put
stuff.
out like multiple ones of like, say, your
okay.
hill that you're willing to die on. And the one that
Yeah.
always gets blown up is the linemen are the most important. Where do you
I
stand?
gotcha. I think linemen are very important.
Are they the
They're-
most important position in football?
I mean, they say defenses win Super Bowls, right? So I would say it is one of the more important. I don't know if it's the most important, but it's one of the more important places that people will undermine a lot of the times.
I thought I could get you to come to TikTok and defend me.
I'll defend you.
Guys,
You guys always say you're going to defend me on everything. I'll defend
I
you.
got you. Well, because
Yeah.
honestly, Sam doesn't take hot takes. She just defends women in sports and believes that women should be in sports. And hell yeah, we agree on that shit. And people come for her throat. And Hector, I know you're not on Twitter. I know you're not on TikTok. But every time she posts stuff out like that, I'm like, don't worry, we got your back. Hector and I will roll the fuck up whoever the fuck says some shit that they shouldn't be saying. Like, women don't belong in sports. Don't worry, Sam. We got you.
We'll call Lois Cook. We'll
Yup.
get it going.
Yeah.
Which,
Lois
Sam, we've
Cook.
talked about it, by the way, but definitely hit up Lois. She is fantastic. If you haven't already, please do
Yes,
so.
I have. We've
Yes.
exchanged words. So
Good. But guys, the girl who talks sports, wherever you can find her, even on Twitter, if you can't remember all of the letters because your dyslexia is as bad as James's, it's the girl who talks sports. You're gonna be able to find her pretty much everywhere. So please go like, follow, share, subscribe. Breaking down the tape, we say this every time. Enjoy your second half of football. I'm gonna enjoy some more gin and tonics. Hector and Sam aren't drinking, which, Sam, I don't know if you drink as much as Hector and I, but Hector not drinking is a surprise. But
Well, I wanted to take a little break. I killed a 12-pack earlier today, and I didn't want to be too fucked up.
I'm
enough.
actually doing I'm doing intermittent fasting right now, so I am
Ooh,
done
okay.
like consuming food and drink with sugar today. So that's why I'm just
Yeah,
drinking water. So I'm trying.
God bless you. I do intermittent sobering, which is where like once every 2 months I get sober for like 2 minutes. But to end it, James has your back. Chaz appreciates all the entertainment. Guys, we love doing this for you, so I appreciate all of you. And enjoy the rest of the game. Hector, do you want to do your thing?
Yeah. She said what she said. He said what he said. I said what I said because I'm a dude. She's a dude. He's a dude. Yeah. That's not what I said, bitches. Have a good night.